So I'm in the call center area page here, and let's have a look at this menu, which is target market. So the target market can be used to set up a list of customers. Now this could be useful, for example, if you're issuing or you're trying to call those customers or contact them or sell them, and you might give them a source code. Our source code can be associated with a campaign, so essentially you can sort of link up the target market with a campaign, for example. Now I can create a target market, so California customers, for example. Now the list name is actually the list type, so we can see that down in the setup area here, list type. So it's really just a name that you give it, and there's a type that you associate, which is this a rented list, or did you buy the list, or is this just a list that you're making up? So of course you could go out to the market and rent a list, or you can buy a list of contacts, for example. In this case I'm just using contacts that we have in the system already. So once you have a list type, you can associate that with the list or the target market that you're creating. Now that you can put other demographics here on the target market if you want to do some statistics about the target market, but otherwise you're free then to add contacts or customers to the list that's in the target market. Now you probably want to look at importing these, for example. Now what you should also do is the customers that you have in the list, you want to make sure that they have a default contact, or they have a contact associated with them. So you'll see when we go across to customers, so if I go to all customers and I've got, for example, our wholesales here, if I view contacts, then I've got one contact for the owl. Now the other customer that we added to the list was Forest. Same, you want to check if you go to Forest here, you want to view contacts and make sure that there's a contact assigned. Because essentially that's what the system will use in some functions to make sure, or at least give you the contact information for that customer in terms of who you're contacting. Alright, so if I just fix up my typo, California. Alright, so this is our list created. Now once you've created the list, you can use that in areas in AX. So for example, if I go into retail and if I go to my catalog, if I'm setting up a catalog here, for example, then I could put a source code in the catalog. So I could say this is my Cat 5 catalog, so this is marketing catalog, for example, and this source code I could associate it with that target market that we've created. So for example, I could email out and tell them that this is a code that they could use when they rig up to make a purchase. So that gives you the connection there with that market, and then we can use that later in the call center. So that's a quick look. You'll find that under the call center setup and its target market. So essentially you're providing a list of people that you're going to do some sort of sales or marketing campaign to with the call center.